Hey everyone, welcome to my review of last night's King of the Ring edition of Monday Night Raw. Now I only have about 10 minutes or 12 minutes on this left on my memory card, so I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. Okay? Now I'm going to look at the highlights first of all. Highlights of the night, of course, we had the King of the Ring tournament. And I have to say it was a pretty decent tournament, with the exception of the fact that Jackson and McIntyre got counted out. I wish one of them would have advanced. But then again, we wouldn't have gotten the King of the Ring for this year if they did. So anyway, here's what happens. John Morrison beats Cody Rhodes. He will face Alberto Del Rio, who beat Daniel Bryan. We also have Sheamus beating Kofi Kingston, thus getting an automatic bye into the finals because of the double countout between Jackson and McIntyre. Then we have John Morrison beating Alberto Del Rio, mostly thanks to the distraction of Rey Mysterio honking the horn on Del Rio's car. So we have John Morrison taking on Sheamus in the finals. Had a good match, but in the end Sheamus wins the King of the Ring and thus goes from being the Celtic Warrior to the Celtic King. So from now on, when he gets introduced, it won't be the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, it'll be the Celtic King Sheamus. So, anyway, what are the highlights? Well, another highlight from this past night, or from last night, was of course John Cena and the Nexus. Now, it all started with R-Truth calling out the Nexus, it all started with R-Truth coming to the ring and basically stating that even though he tried to help Cena out, Cena is still his friend and he respects the way John Cena went out. Because John Cena went out the way he wanted to go out, as a champion. And he tells Nexus that even though you won that battle, this war is far from over. So he calls out the Nexus, any member. And the one member to answer is Michael McGillicuddy. And just as Michael's going down to face R-Truth in a match, or accept the challenge, he gets jumped, not from behind, but from what I like to call front behind. In other words, he's walking towards the camera, he looks up, and then he gets attacked. Now we don't know who's attacking him. We don't know who's attacking him until we see the shorts. That's why we see the cutoff jeans and the shoes. And then to really indicate that we know who it is, we see the "you can't see me" deal, and we know it's John Cena. So anyway, you think that's the end of it, right? Nope. Later on in the night, we have a tag team match between Mark Henry, Yoshitatsu, and the tag champions Gabriel and Slater. And what happens? During the match, Cena comes down to the ring with tickets in hand, indicating that he's here as a fan, and this causes a big enough distraction that Slater and Gabriel end up losing to Henry and Tatsu. And how does this happen? Well, this happens because Gabriel, and this is just, not Gabriel, but Slater, ends up getting too cocky, does the "you can't see me" when he's on the top rope. And as soon as he jumps right into the arms of Mark Henry and gets slammed. I mean, come on. If you're trying to make the Nexus look like guys that don't really get it, or don't really understand the business just yet, then you're doing a good job. Because this not only causes Slater and Gabriel to lose, but it also allows John Cena to jump the barrier and basically AA, or attitude adjustment, or FU, Heath Slater into the announce table. Heath Slater right into the announce table. So that's 2 down. So Wade Barrett says he's going to put a stop to this. He's going to call out John Cena right now. So he goes down to the ring later on that night. Wade Barrett goes down to the ring and calls out John Cena, saying he knows what John Cena is trying to do. John Cena is trying to get Wade Barrett to rehire John Cena, to reinstate John Cena back into WWE. Cena, though, as we all predicted, as a lot of us predicted, Wade Barrett, because the general manager told him, is the only one that has the power to do so. And Wade Barrett says, I'm not going to play your game. I'm not doing that. So Cena comes on to Tron and basically tells Wade Barrett, hey, it's not about me getting my job back. It's about me keeping my word to take you guys out. So and as he says this, Otunga, Harris, and Gabriel show up. And just when it looks like it's going to be another Nexus beatdown on Cena, Cena reminds him, hey, I'm not the only enemy you have. And they turn around and half the Raw locker room is there beating the hell out of them. That's right, beating the hell out of them. And it ends up with Gabriel getting attitude adjustment onto a car. I mean, Gabriel, first of all, gets thrown. Cena throws Gabriel, bam, right into the car, and it breaks the window. And then he attitude adjusts him on that same car. So that's 3 down. And then Harris and Otunga later on that night, because Cena says he'll be back next week, because he wants to make the promise he's not going to stop until he gets each and every one of them. Harris and Otunga both agree that something has to be done, and Otunga says he has an idea. We'll see what that idea is. But what was ironic about this attack on the Nexus in the parking lot was the fact that you had former members Darren Young and Daniel Bryan helping out on the attack. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, the other highlight of the night, of course, was The Miz as the WWE Champion. The Miz came out, did his championship address. Jerry Lawler basically had enough about it, and thanks to the anonymous GM, Miz defended his WWE Championship against Jerry Lawler in a TLC match to kind of hype up the TLC pay-per-view. So anyway, we have the TLC match, and of course you would typically expect interference from Alex Riley to help the Miz retain the title. But you would never expect someone like Michael Cole. That's right, Michael Cole, for the first time in I don't know how long, actually got involved in a match, not because someone forced him into it, but on his own accord. That's right, Michael Cole, as soon as the Miz gets knocked through a table off the top turnbuckle by the King, Michael Cole leaves the announce desk, tries to revive the Miz, and just when it looks like Lawler's going to grab the WWE Championship, Michael Cole stops him. And it's like, what the fuck? You know? Michael Cole of all people? And it's because of this distraction, of course, that Miz is able to retain. So, I know a lot of people, and excuse me while I check my time for a second. Okay, I got about 4 minutes. I know a lot of people are questioning this. I mean, Spinning@1 did a video right after Raw wondering why WWE did this. Well, I'll tell you why WWE did this, Spinnernet, and I'll tell everybody else. They got 3 things. There's 3 ways this is going to go. Either Miz is going to do what is going to be another Edge. In other words, Miz in his, in other words, what I mean by being another Edge, we all remember that Edge's first title reign as WWE Champion only lasted 2 weeks, right? Right, it only lasted 2 weeks. So they're either going to do that with Miz, they're either going to have him hold on to the title till TLC and lose it back to Randy Orton. That's one way. Another way is they're going to do the same thing they did to Sheamus, and that's have Miz lose it in the Elimination Chamber. Or 3, and this is a long shot, but WWE, knowing them, they could do it, probably make him the next JBL and have him possibly have a near year-long title reign, at least maybe 6-7 months. Which would be ridiculous for someone like The Miz, but knowing WWE, they might go in that direction. But it's one of those 3 possibilities. And you know what, I'm going to ask you guys, tell me what you think, which possibility do you think they might go in? Because, like I said, my honest opinion, I hope they go with the second possibility, because that would make a little bit more sense. Yes, if they want to give The Miz a short title reign. But if you give The Miz only until TLC, that's basically like telling the fans who wanted Miz to be champion, oh yeah, Miz was champion, but the only reason he was champion is to make him look like an idiot. Make him look like the comic relief he's supposed to be. And like I said, I'm hoping they go with the second possibility, because I would love to see The Miz versus Alex Riley. Remember, they did it last year I mean, earlier this year in February with Randy and DiBiase and Rhodes, right? So why not do it with Riley and Miz? I hope they go with that second possibility. But overall, I have to say it was a pretty good King of the Ring edition of Monday Night Raw. Give Jerry the King Lawler credit, he could still go. There's no doubt about it, despite what people say. Even in a TLC match, he could still go. That's pretty cool. So, and Michael Cole, I don't know what the hell they're thinking there. Obviously, Michael Cole's in this being the voice of WWE and everything, go straight to his head. Or something, I don't know. I'll tell you what's going to happen. Michael Cole, storyline-wise, might either go... This is what I'm hoping they do, storyline-wise, with Michael Cole. Either put him on probation, saying that he can't get off it until he shows that he's totally unbiased, or they're going to relieve him of his duties and make him the manager of Miz and Alex Riley. That would be something. I'm hoping one of those things happens. So, and like anybody else, I hope maybe they book a match. Maybe the anonymous GM says, okay, Michael, you want to get physical? Here, you're going to face your broadcast partner. So, we'll see what happens. But that's all I have to say. Like I said, it was a good King of the Ring edition of Monday Night Raw. Tell me what you think. Tell me what possibilities you think they may go with The Miz as champion. And I will talk to you all later. I give this, I'll give this about an 8 out of 10. So maybe a little high in some people's opinions, but I thought it was pretty cool. So I'll talk to you all later. God bless. Take care. Have a good Tuesday.